Welcome to Tampa Talk Sports Talk. I'm your host, James Keogh, and yes, I know what you're thinking. I got a haircut, and yes, I also know what you're thinking. I look good as hell. Lots to cover fucking week 3. Let's get into it. It's Friday, baby. Time to get lit with the boys and watch some football. We're going to talk about last night's games. We're going to talk about some big signings that happened. Not really big, but guess what? It's news. Then we're going to look into Saturday's college football matchup. Then we're going to hit up some phones. We're going to do a new segment. That's a new segment. I'm giving y'all content. Another new segment, making picks and throwing bricks. You guys are going to love this one. Then we're going to have to cover sports because we are a sports show, so we have to cover these sports. Then we're going to talk some fantasy football, and then we're going to wrap it up. Nice and sweet, baby. Thursday night's game. Holy crap. Fitzmagic was alive and thriving. This guy went off. I don't think he had an incompletion for the first 2 quarters. This guy was insane. He went 18 for 20, but he only threw 160 yards. But guy threw 2 touchdowns and rushed with this buffalo head of his into the end zone. This guy, he's crazy. I love him. I don't know why every big sports talk show said, oh, Jaguars are going to come and seize the day with this guy with his big mustache. Nah, man. I'm leading with the guy with the freaking beard. Dude, Fitzmagic has beat the Jaguars, I don't know how many times, too many times. This guy's been on like 8 teams. Jags and Minshew came out and they tried. They couldn't do anything. The score was 31-13. Fitzmagic rained on their parade. But don't get your hopes up just yet because Miami fans, I'm sorry, they're not going to do good this year. There's a reason why Tua is waiting in the back. And Minshew, buddy, sorry. If you guys keep on losing, Trevor Lawrence is taking your job. Big news after week 2, the second pick 6 master in the league. No, I'm not talking about Jameis. I'm talking about Blake Bortles. Buddy gets signed with the Broncos after Drew Lock gets, injured. I feel like he's going to be a backup, like he should. UCF graduate. All of them are stooges. Another big signing. Freeman signs with the Giants and goes on a suicide mission. Buddy, the Giants aren't going to go anywhere. You guys aren't going to win. Freeman's just going to get destroyed in the backfield because our offensive line absolutely blows. So, moment of silence for our fallen soldier, Devontae Freeman, and his career. College football is back, baby. The SEC is back. Not college football, it's been back. Well, sorry, teams have played. Some big games in your matchup for you. The Florida Cup is underway. FSU versus Miami. Will FSU bounce back? Absolutely not to that sorry-ass loss to Georgia Tech. FSU is destined for failure. I don't know. I just always hated FSU. I'm a UF guy. Type of guy, I don't know. Miami, baby. I got Miami winning that game. Blowouts. Kentucky, number 23, versus Auburn, number 8. Another big game. I think it's going to be a big game because I think Kentucky has a chance to win this. Kentucky needs to come out and swing early, bud. Auburn lost 2 defensive backs in the draft, Derek Brown and Marlon Davidson. I think if Kentucky just comes out with the guns a-blazing, they're going to catch Auburn by surprise and be the first major upset of the year. Louisville Cardinals, bud, number 24 versus Pitt, number 21. This is a closer matchup in the rankings. You should say it's good. No, Pitt's going to blow them fucking out. Either way, both offenses are defense, but I got Pitt. Both offenses are decent, but I got Pitt winning by 7. Go either way, like I said. Welcome to a new segment called Hitting Up the Phones. This is basically what we're doing. We're just calling some fan of the show. Today's caller is Justin Trent. We're going to talk about the Packers versus Saints, Raiders versus New England, and Kansas City versus the Ravens. It's that simple. Justin, are you there, bud?
Yeah, bud, I'm here. How's it going?
Oh, fucking sweet, man. How's your day been, bro? What you been up to?
Not much of anything, just chilling, eating good.
Eating good, that's important. So you're a big football fan, so let's get into some of the matchups today. Green Bay versus the Saints, bro. How you feel about that?
Well, Green Bay's been on a tear lately. They've just been absolutely phenomenal offensively. They've put it together. Their offensive line's been doing really great. The Saints, they've also been putting it together, but last week, Monday Night Football against the Raiders, they didn't look like they were putting it isn't in the lineup, and we're not sure when he's getting back. So I got Green Bay taking this one by a large margin.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I fucking agree, bud. I'm taking Green Bay just because Aaron Rodgers is throwing through mountains. Even with Devontae Adams possibly being out, I think that he's just gonna light up the Saints defense, especially. And I don't think the Saints are gonna do too good against Green Bay because Drew Brees can't throw a fucking ball, and especially with Michael Thomas out, like you said. I got Green Bay in this one. All right, next game. Las Vegas Raiders versus New England. What do you think about it, bud?
Well, like I was talking about, Monday Night Football, the Las Vegas Raiders were really putting it together. Week 1, Josh Jacobs really popped off, got 3 touchdowns, and Derek Carr's been putting it together this season as well. So I got the Raiders in this one. New England, Cam Newton's been playing pretty well. He almost stole one in Seattle the other night, but couldn't quite get the job done. I feel like it's going to be a close game, but I got Las Vegas taking it by a touchdown or less.
Well, I agree with you with the touchdown or less, but I'm gonna have to side with the Patriots. All right, listen, the Patriots almost beat Seattle, and Seattle is way better than fucking Las Vegas. Even though, like you said, Josh Jacobs and the Raiders' offensive line is absolutely disgusting, but I'm going to have to go with Cam Newton just because Cam Newton is Cam Newton. And that may not sound fucking sporty of me, but I don't care. I'm more of a not X's and O's type of guy, Jackson Joe's. I'm more on the personality and and who's actually playing. Like I said, Cam Newton, I feel like with Bill Belichick, and the last couple matchups between John Gruden and Bill Belichick has whooped John Gruden's ass. And that just could be because of the team is bad. But I also think Bill Belichick is a better coach. Also, I got Julian Edelman going off because that fucker went off last week when I put him on the goddamn bench. I'm sorry, fucker, for that. But like I said, I think New England's going to take it less than a touchdown. I think it's going to be like a field goal, the difference between this game and possibly OT, if it's that good of a game. But I got New England. Well,
and from what I've seen from New England this year, I feel like they're going to be a middle-of-the-pack team. I think they're going to go something like 9-7, and be pretty middle of the road. I got the Bills taking the division this year.
I agree with you. I agree with you with the Bills.
I can guarantee one thing. One thing that's going to be on John Gruden's mind this week is the Tucker rule.
You're right, bud. You're absolutely right. Next game, bro. The final game of Justin Trent's picks and my picks. Kansas City versus Baltimore. Who do you got?
I got to take Baltimore here. Baltimore looks like the hungrier team over the last 2 weeks. It's not a very big stretch, but judging from what Kansas City went through last week with the LA Chargers, they just didn't really show up ready to play. It's going to be in Baltimore. Lamar Jackson set to go off. He's made improvements on his MVP season.
Yes,
and
yes.
It's going to be a good one. I got Baltimore taking it by a little bit.
Well, I think this is going to be a fucking shootout, first off. I think the defenses aren't even going to show up to the fucking game. Like the last year, Monday Night Football, I think it was the Rams versus Kansas City? It was a fucking shootout. I think that... Huh?
Like 2 years back?
Yeah, 2 years back. I'm hitting the over. I think the over is 53 points. I'm hammering the over for this game. And I'm also hammering the Chiefs. Now, this is why. Everybody has a fucking off week. And it's week 2. I think Tyreek Hill was dropping passes. Fucking Mahomes was overthrowing people. The whole fucking team was off. But they still won. They still managed to win. And even though it's against the Chargers, it's week 2. So we really can't say how good the Chargers is. Only on paper. Now, again, this is versus Lamar Jackson. But I think if Kansas City's defense can just keep a spy on Lamar, which they will, I think Andy Reid knows what the fuck he's doing. You forget, Andy Reid had Vic for how long? He knows how to attack mobile quarterbacks. And I feel like It's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be like a 50-point game for each each team. I think it's going to be, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but, I think it's going to be a blowout. But, I got Kansas City. You can't stop Patrick Mahomes. This guy's a fucking half a billionaire. He's gonna come back and he's going to be throwing fucking bullets all game.
Yeah, I could see that happening, realistically. It's going to be a good matchup. John Harbaugh versus his former mentor, Andy Reid, looking at the Andy Reid coaching tree.
You're right. Now, I know you're an Eagles fan, and I'm an Eagles fan, sadly. I know this isn't in the fucking agenda, but who do you got with this Eagles-Bengals game?
If the Eagles lose to the Bengals, it's really going to set the tone for the season. Really, this game is going to set the tone for the season. Either they're going to try to mount a comeback, or it's going to be looking at draft positioning.
Yeah, I agree. The Eagles have not beat the Bengals since year 2000, and I think if the Eagles lose this game, there's going to be start Jalen Hurts chats, which all them stooges. I like Carson Wentz. It just depends on his performance in the game. If the defense loses the game, the defense loses the game. But if the Eagles do lose this game, I am rooting for a top 5 draft pick this season.
As am I. And another thing with the Eagles having beat the Bengals since 2000 or whenever, it's a really weird statistic because the Bengals aren't good recently. So it's like every time that we play the Bengals, they just so happen to be a decent team, except for this year where the Bengals are not looking good, just coming off that worst team in the league performance that they had last season.
Yeah.
So if we lose this game to Joe Burrow, I'm going to be happy for Joe Burrow, but I'm going to be yelling for a lot of people to be fired. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, and, typical Eagles fans, what have you done for us now, not what have you done for us lately? Even though we won the Super Bowl 2 years ago, we are 19-19 now. We are even, which is disgusting. But anyways, well, thank you, Justin Trent. What are you going to be doing this weekend, bud? Getting lit?
This weekend, I'm going to be watching the UFC fight and going to be kicking it with the boys. It's going to be
you gotta
great
love
weekend.
It. You can't ask for a better weekend. Well, thank you, Justin Trent, and we'll probably talk in the future because you are a very smart mind, and I may not be as smart in the football as you, but you know what? We even each other out. We're like yin and yang, man.
Sounds like a plan. Don't sell yourself short there, Jimbo. You got it.
Thank you, man. Well, everybody, Justin Trent. Welcome to a new segment I like to call Making Picks and Throwing Bricks. Basically, if they lose this game this week, someone's getting a brick through the window. Disclaimer, don't throw bricks through the fucking window, guys. Come on. Just, you get the metaphor. Number 1 on the list, Kirk Cousins, quarterback of the Vikings. Now, with the sorry loss to the Green Bay Packers last week, a lot of people in the Washington fan base are blaming Kirk Cousins. They think he shouldn't have got signed for that big deal. They call him trash. They also call Adam Thielen trash, which he's not. So some stooges, some real credible people here. But if Kirk Cousins loses this next game, there's going to be a couple bricks thrown through his window. The whole fucking Eagles squad, guys, we fucking stink. If we lose to the Bengals again, again, we haven't won since 2000. But if we lose to the Bengals, I guarantee you Carson Wentz is getting ran out of town. Doug Peterson is going to have flaming bags of shit on his front door. And the whole offense will just have a nice cinder block from the road through the window. Billy O. Bitch Tits from Houston Texans. This guy loses again, they will go 0-3. Now, yeah, I guess you could say they play Kansas, a powerhouse. I don't care. This guy, after losing in the playoffs to Kansas, after them coming back, 24 points? Guy says, you know what? I'm going to make myself general manager and screw over the team. Hey, DeAndre Hopkins, here, Arizona, we don't care for a bag of balls. Listen, this guy will have multiple bricks through his window if they lose. Another head coach, Matt Patricia from the Detroit Lions. This guy, I feel like he's gave multiple chances for this sorry-ass Detroit team. If they lose again this week, I think he's on the hot seat. He will lose his job before week 8 if they lose again, and he will have multiple bricks through his window. And our favorite fucking guy, Adam Gase. This guy's he could probably build a fucking wall with the amount of bricks thrown through this guy's window, but it doesn't faze him because you know what? He just blocks out all the haters. Look at those fucking eyes, guys. Look at his eyes. You think he's intimidated by anybody? No. This guy's fucking straight for an 0-16 season. And straight. And a brick is going straight through his window. That concludes making picks and throwing bricks. Welcome to a new segment. Joking, this is an old segment. No one really cares about this. Sports we have to cover because we are a sports show. I know y'all love football, but who cares? Tampa Bay's lit right now. The Rays clinched the AL East, and they're smoking some stoogies. I think this team is the best Rays team to ever exist. Also, they might be the best MLB team to ever exist. Just putting that out there. Before the game was over, videos come out for people asking for cutters for the cigars. Buddies were lighting up the cigars before the game was over. How disrespectful is that? And I love them for that. Lightning put a pounding on the Stars. Side note, I know last video I said the fucking Islanders, and that is my bad. I am a stooge, but you know, all I can say is we'll get better. Episode 2, baby. We're better than ever. Lightning put a pounding on the Stars 2 nights ago, and it was absolutely disgusting. I was at the watch party. Energy level was through the roof. They play tonight, Friday night, against Stars. I think this is Lightning series to lose. If the Lightning lose this game, you know, I'm going to go to Game 7 because this will go to Game 7 if the Lightning lose tonight. But if the Lightning win, you bet your ass I'm going tomorrow downtown to Amalie Arena and watching my boys win the Stanley Cup and bring it back to Tampa Bay. NBA news, heater up in the series 3-1. Mr. I'm a Bucket, Mr. Hero shows up 2 nights ago in the game, and he absolutely catches everybody by storm. Miami will win tonight, and they will go to the finals. Also, Lakers are up 3-1. Nuggets don't have a chance. Congratulations, Lakers, for moving on to the finals. It's fantasy football talk, baby. This is my favorite. You already know. Questionable players for Week 3. I also put some players that you may want to add to your roster because they are questionable. Source from Ian Rapsheet, Buddy said Devontae Adams is probably not going to go. If it was a playoff game, he would go. But since it's not, he's probably not going to play. So I would pick up Alan Lazard. He led the targets with Aaron Rodgers when Devontae Adams went out. Ooh, sorry. Voice crack. When Devontae Adams went out during halftime, he was most targeted by Aaron Rodgers. I feel like him and Aaron Rodgers have a connection. Even Aaron Rodgers brought up his name during the interview on the Pat McAfee show. Julio Jones. This guy, he's a beast. Julio Jones, I think, will play. But if Russell Gage is available, I know he is number 11 ranked in ESPN leagues, but a lot of stooges don't have him on the roster. They have Riddle. Ridley or something like that. He's getting targeted more than Ridley, and he has more touchdowns than Ridley. Matt Ryan loves this guy, Russell Gage, and I would swoop him up. If you have Jimmy G, just put in your fucking backup. I'm not going to make you put in a goddamn backup for the 49ers. I don't know how they're going to do. If Mikey Thomas is out, start your backup wide receiver also. I'm not going to make you Drew Brees can't throw a fucking football. Offense looks like shit. They lost to the Raiders, and they will also lose to Green Bay this coming up week. Juju TikTok Master Schuster, he is questionable with knee injury. I would start Chase Claypool. This guy, Claypool, has been in Big Ben's eyes for a long time. Last week when Ben was not beating his fucking cock, inside joke, he was targeting Claypool. He has more touchdowns than, what's his name? Johnson. I don't even know his name. He's not important right now because you're starting Claypool over him. Josh Jacobs, he's also a guy who will probably play, but he's just questionable because NFL teams like to do that for some reason. They like to get you scared. But just in case he is out, Jalen Richardson, like I said, with the offensive line that these Raiders have, they're going to run the ball. They ran it down the Saints' throats, and they will run it down New England's throats. but I have New England winning the game. Last but not least, this cocksucker Julian Edelman. I'm going to tell you right now, this fucker's going to play. He's going to go for 200 yards just because he just does that. So I will never bench Julian Edelman again. But that concludes Fantasy Talk, baby. And that's the show. Hopefully you liked it, guys. Trying to get better at this, you know. Fucking Tuesdays and Fridays, you feel. We made some picks. We throwing some bricks. And we talked some fantasy college football. You know, we're rolling around the show. Let's fucking go. Well, anyways, guys, enjoy this football weekend. Bet responsibly, drink responsibly, and most importantly, have fun watching football. This is the show.